Hi learner, welcome back to the new module. We ended module 3 with 3 charts, a histogram, a scatter plot, a line chart, and an EDA report that said something real about health outcomes across Asia Pacific. That was good work, and it is the foundation for everything in this module. But before we move forward, let us do something. Pause this video, open the data-driven decision-making dataset, the same one from module 3. Look at the 13 columns and think about this question. What else could you visualize from this data that your 3 charts did not show? What would an editor want to see next? I hope you tried. Let us look at it together. If we go back to our dataset, here is what we can ask. Can we show TB incidence and maternal mortality in the same view, side by side, instead of in separate charts? Can we filter the whole picture by region, so we are not looking at all 48 countries at once? Can we see what Bangladesh looks like next to Vietnam specifically, not just the 4 countries we choose for the line chart? And here is the honest answer to all of those questions. Not with these charts, not the way they are right now. But that is exactly what this module is for. We are going to build something that can answer all the questions and more. Something the journalist, the NGO, and the learner can all explore by themselves. We are going to build a dashboard. And that is where we are headed now. Before we move forward, I want to ask you a question. Do you know what is the difference between a chart and a dashboard? Think for a moment, pause the video, and try Googling it as well. I'm sure your screens are showing static charts like a photograph. It captures exactly what you pointed the camera at. Once it is taken, you cannot adjust the angle. You cannot zoom in. You cannot ask it to show you something different. A dashboard is closer to a window. The same view, but you can move around it. Tilt the perspective. Choose what to look at. Same data underneath, but the person on the other end can explore it. They can ask their own questions. They do not have to wait for you to build them a new chart. For a decision maker, that is not a small thing. It is the difference between evidence they receive and evidence they can actually use. The tool we are going to use is called Apache Superset. And here is what is interesting about it. It is a free and open source platform. There are multiple online versions available, and we are going to explore one of them today, which is freely available to you right now. There are 2 platforms involved, which we will explore to use this open source tool. Let us be clear about them from the start. First, Civic Data Space, www.civicdataspace.in. This is where you create your account, the front door. You register once. Second, www.analytics.civicdataspace.in. This is where you actually build the charts. You sign in here with the same email and password you created on the first platform. The next video will walk through the whole process on screen. The reading sequence below this video covers the same steps in writing. Once you are set up, here is what we will build together across module 4. Multiple charts, each one answering a different question from the data-driven decision-making dataset. TB burden across the region. Maternal mortality ranked by country. Health expenditure against life expectancy. Trends over time. A world map showing life expectancy across Asia Pacific. And then, in subsequent units, all charts assembled in one dashboard. The one our journalist Dia will use to answer her editor's question. The one she will share with the health organization. The data is already there. The same 13 columns you worked with in module 3. What changes is what we can do with them. Let us get set up.